Hi, welcome to the Nth Degree, where we're talking about the latest trends, technologies, and innovations happening across the health and media spaces. Today is a special treat because I'm here with you and my team member, Carly Kuper. You probably recognize Carly from CMI Media Group's daily newsletter, The Scoop. She is just back from South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and has curated for us the top 5 takeaways. We're going to talk about the trends, what was hot in South by, and what you pharma brands need to be thinking about. Let's get started.
So this POV, which was so much fun to write, focuses on 5 key themes that we saw. So I'm just going to dive into them, tell a little bit about them, but would love to send this POV to anyone who's interested. The first key theme that we identified was the balance of AI and human touch. This was such an important topic. We felt that it really needed to be highlighted. We had a panel session focusing on this topic, and we saw it everywhere. AI is ubiquitous. It is something that everyone in our industry is talking about. We all need to be focusing on it. And it is a conundrum to many people around where does AI stop and where does the human touch begin? It's about the experience that the consumer, the patient, the healthcare professional is going to have with your brand. AI should really be something that is ultimately improving that interaction, and whether that's better health outcomes, whether that's better feeling about your brand, whatever that is, brands should be thinking, where do they need the human to be. Speaking of AI, our second theme, which is really tied to the first, is about bias in AI. So, as many of us know, AI is informed by existing data, and unfortunately, a lot of existing data has bias interwoven, prejudice interwoven into it, racism, sexism. So, it's important for brands to be incredibly intentional when they're utilizing AI, asking the tough questions, making sure that you're inclusive in every step of the way, and bringing in partners who have deep expertise in inclusivity and equity, anti-bias, those sorts of things will really be critical in making sure that your AI implementation is moving into the future. So that's a really important trend that we identified, and something that we're thinking is going to become an increasingly important topic in the months to come. The third topic that we focused on was the whole patient. And this is one that really came from a number of different panels. We saw that it's emerging from the ashes, if you will, because the idea of beyond the pill is one that has been, as long as I've been working in the industry, which is kind of a long time. It's been an important topic. How can pharma companies and healthcare companies help consumers beyond the treatments that they're providing? And this offers exponential opportunities, and we saw that continue to expand. And include breaking down stigma and looking at things in a different way. And so there just were so many exciting opportunities for pharma clients to just dive into that. Our fourth trend was focusing on making innovation a reality. Now, this was actually my very first year attending South by Southwest, but I've been part of the team that's attended every year and have been, supporting it remotely. And so I really think that this is one that tends to be talked about a lot when we come back, but in different ways. So the intention there is we're getting so inspired, we're seeing so many exciting things. How do we actually make that come to light? And I focused on psychedelics specifically because we saw that being talked about a lot last year and then again this year, but there was no action in between. Beyond it being on these, envelope pushing South by Southwest panels, we didn't see a lot of action. And so, the learning there is, and this is really about anything, not just psychedelics, but when you have a really good idea, how do you make it happen? How do you break down silos? Are you talking department to department within your company? Are you aligning the right resources outside of your company to take that innovation and really move with it and make a difference? And then finally, our fifth trend that we focused on in this POV, and it was hard to narrow down, was the extremely empowered patient. And this definitely did go hand in hand with the whole patient, but it's a little bit different because we're talking about patients who truly make a difference, who it's one really interesting thing about South by Southwest is that you'll run the gamut of emotions when you're in panels. And one thing that we experienced was actually being in tears, crying as we watched a panel of people who were involved in the rare disease space. And these are people who are absolutely remarkable and who have gone through unimaginable things of having children who are ill or who have actually died from rare diseases. And in one case, even someone who was diagnosed with a rare disease and went to school and earned his PhD to be able to research his disease. So, really remarkable. And these patients are actually joining together and starting movements and getting research to actually happen in their disease. So, this was one sublime example, but there were many more where patients are truly going above and beyond. And there's enormous potential here for pharma companies to support them, to offer resources that they might not have access to for the betterment of the entire community. So that was what we saw at South by Southwest.
Yeah. I have no doubt, Carly, that what you saw on stage at South by was absolutely incredible. We know how competitive, how selective it is to have, especially the main stage speaking there. They, bring only the most revolutionary, innovative, futuristic thinking to the stage, and that piece of emotion that you just tied in. No doubt, I experienced it myself, and I love the way you curated the 5 trends because, to your point, across a week of several different tracks. We took the focus on the MarTech track. We tried to bring to life all of this ideation and what matters to health brands and pharma. And that's not easy to do. So kudos to you for managing it on site and putting it into a digestible format for all of us to take away. I think worth noting, South by Southwest was not always somewhere where pharma and healthcare brands and our clients needed to be or wanted to be. And I think that is no longer the case. We know that where we might have thought pharma didn't have a place at South by Southwest, not true anymore. So
Right.
what was it like there? What was the energy and what can we share with our clients?
Absolutely. I mean, our clients are all telling us the same thing. We want innovation. We want to be innovative. And this is a wonderful place to really spark that fire. There is so much energy there. I felt energized from minute one all the way through, even though I was barely, I was stopping to sleep, but it was electric. And really just being able to have those conversations that spur innovation, leaving a panel and everyone's excited and having felt really been moved, to cry, to act. And then having those conversations with our clients after the fact and moving that on through the rest of the day was really just helped us to see, how can we take these learnings and build on them and do something similar. And we saw, a number of our clients having activations there, which was really, really exciting. South by Southwest and innovation as a whole is absolutely for pharma. We're seeing our clients and working with our clients to do incredible things. And so we're there. This is happening now.
I love it. So if you could leave everyone with one piece of advice, one last thought about attending or considering attending South by Southwest, what would it be?
It is exhilarating to be in person. And I think we forgot that over the past few years. And truly, it felt like a luxury. Post pandemic, everyone was back in full force. And to be able to be in person and to ideate and innovate alongside colleagues was incredible. So even if you can't make it to South by Southwest, although I hope that you do get that opportunity, get in person with the people that you work with, and get ideas and just get together live because magic really does happen.
Carly, thanks so much for being here with us today. It's tough to bring forth in a conversation all of the energy, the nuance, the ideation, and even the emotion of South by Southwest, but you've done it and in a beautiful POV. Thank you so much. See you next time on the Nth Degree. Remember to like and subscribe.